Hello and welcome to my very first Nintendo Direct. That's right, for the first time I am finally reacting to this because I've only seen tweets about it on the internet, as well as videos of divided content that normally shows the trailers and so on. But I need to give a backstory to this because since this is my first time reacting to the Nintendo Direct, and hopefully without any copyright issues because I know how Nintendo is with free advertising even though they're the ones that are sharing it to everybody, I would like to say that I'm not one of the biggest fans of this company, but I don't mean it in a bad way. I do have history with Nintendo products, but I'm not the first person that's going to immediately buy a Nintendo-related product, because over the years, I've become wise to the act, and many other things that have been bothering me that I would love to talk about, but not entirely throughout this entire stream. I do want to say, however, there are certain things about them that I do admire. I do admire the amount of effort that Nintendo has gone through, but at the same time, there's other things that I've been concerned about that I can't ignore, and it unfortunately follows that too. And one of the biggest things of all is how the consoles are, because I personally feel that even though that I don't own a Nintendo Switch, that being the main console or the Lite, only selective ones in the past are very amazing compared to others. The Nintendo GameCube and Wii's are amazing, but unfortunately some people don't give them enough credit. There's people out there that think that the Nintendo Wii's are somehow inferior to the Nintendo Switch, even though for the most part they paved the way. And the Nintendo GameCube, especially at the time that they were moving into different ways of presenting their games to people. You know, instead of using the cartridges, they used the discs. Even though they were smaller than you would usually expect them to be, they paid off very well. They were so compact and full of content, and god damn it, do I miss it. Okay, let's see what the first trailer is about. That looks like it's related to Super Mario. Yep, I was right. What the hell is he running away from? Angry Goombas? Oh, it's bees. He must have been caught fisting the hive. I guess Winnie the Pooh is gonna be the final boss instead of Bowser. Are you fucking serious, Mario? You're just gonna watch your brother fall off a goddamn cliff? Fuck you! You had plenty of time! Oh, so suddenly now they've got magical powers. And managed to make a portal. Better get in there before the goddamn bees find you! Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm just gonna address the elephant here. Listen, I understand that this series has been around for a long time, and there's a lot of hardcore Mario fans that won't have a problem with this installment being introduced, but just assume for a moment that Nintendo doesn't actually care about innovation anymore and just wants to rehash the same goddamn properties for profit. I understand that their whole motto is that they want people to have fun, but at some point you have to question how many times are they going to do this. Even if you have been following these particular installments, at some point you have to wonder when they're going to actually try something new instead of giving us another goddamn Mario game. I'm not saying that this game doesn't look fun. Obviously there's going to be people out there who are hardcore Mario fans that might find this fun by giving it high reviews and detesting anybody that opposes to it. But it's okay to be entirely skeptical about this. I think it's still appropriate to remain skeptical and wonder why they couldn't have used this energy for something original. This might not sound like a big deal to some of you that are highly anticipating these games, but if you're able to actually set aside your biases and listen to what I'm trying to tell you, then you'll realize that Nintendo is going to continue rehashing Mario games because it's the only way to maintain their profit over any other franchise. Yeah, you'll get Metroid and other shit, but this is the majority of what they'll do because that's all they'll ever fucking do. Because you allow them to.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
I'm Shinya Takahashi.
Welcome.
And I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct.
That's wonderful. Hopefully you'll say something that's actually interesting.
That was the first new entry in the Mario and Luigi series in almost 9 years.
And that doesn't matter anyway because they've been making plenty of Mario games over the course of a whole decade.
Please look forward to a seafaring adventure that unfolds across mysterious islands, as well as evolved bros moves with Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, we'll see how this turns out with the reviews.
Okay, let's see the first batch of headlines.
The thrill of the Nintendo World Championships is heading to the Nintendo Switch system.
The only people who need this are speedrunners.
Gone over 150 speedrunning challenges from across 13 NES games.
Fuck that!
Lightning fast beats to action-packed battles.
I'm going to continue remaining suspicious because somebody probably cheated.
Familiarize yourself with each challenge and perfect your timing.
It's rigged!
Give it your best shot and aim for the top of the online leaderboard.
Bullshit!
And also try more difficult legend challenges.
These challenges are pointless!
Like completing Super Mario Bros. In one go using warp pipe.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. That's not going to be simple.
Stuck on a legend challenge? Check out classified information for handy tips and tricks to help you improve. Put your skills to the test in survival mode, where you'll race against ghost data of players worldwide. After each round, half of the players will be eliminated. You've only got one shot to survive. Will you be the last one standing?
I'm highly doubtful of that.
Nintendo World Championships. And
No, it's fine. I've already made up my mind. I don't want to pre-order this. I'll never pre-order this. I don't need to pre-order this because it's just about speed running. I could do this shit for free. I don't need to fucking pay for it. This should have simply been a free-to-play experience.
available for pre-order. Relive the climactic Alvarez Empire arc from the hit anime Fairy Tail in this action RPG.
Yeah, too bad the games are more tame than the anime.
Set in the vast kingdom of Fiore, Team Natsu prepares to finish their fight.
But somehow they can't in the anime.
Engage in real-time battles and unleash powerful attacks that fuse different kinds of magic based on who's in your party.
That likely won't make much of a difference to anybody who played the first game.
Work together with your teammates to take down powerful enemies.
That's wonderful, but it doesn't change the fact that the first game is too expensive and this sequel needs more innovation to garner more audiences.
Fairy Tail 2 launches on Nintendo Switch this winter.
That's okay, I'll just wait for the PC port.
From Final Fantasy series creator Hironobu Sakaguchi
That told me enough.
and composer Nobuo Uematsu
No surprise.
comes the turn-based RPG Fantasia.
That title is quite a choice.
The world is slowly being robbed of its civilization.
Of course!
To restore his memories, Leo must confront an evil entity threatening all mankind.
This sounds like a more creative and exciting version of the plot to Resident Evil Survivor.
Skills are the ticket to winning battles.
Assuming they're worthwhile.
Just a skill's trajectory to target multiple enemies at once.
Right, just like using Deadeye in Red Dead Redemption.
You can also send enemies you've encountered to a separate dimension and fight them later.
Oh, just save them for later in the Shadow Realm. Okay.
The more enemies there are, the more you can wipe out in one shot.
That sounds like it's gonna come with a bigger cost later.
Now, let us save the world together.
Well, that's assuming that there's no sequel and it only stays as a one-and-done story.
Fantasian Neo Dimension launches on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Maybe I'll get a Switch afterwards. Wow, what a surprise! Nintendo decided to return to their Wii roots!
Basketball is being added as a free update to the Nintendo Switch sports game.
Why in the fuck wasn't that already in there?
Dribble,
Wonderful!
pass,
Wow!
and shoot
OMG!
in 2-on-2 matches using motion control.
I mostly played alone with these AI on 2-on-2 matches on the Wii.
Try out 3-point challenge solo and score as many baskets as you can within the time limit.
Yep, that's for me.
Up to 4 players can also compete in 5-streak battles.
Who in the fuck is gonna play with me?
Besides local play, you can team up with players worldwide in 2-on-2 online matches.
It might be a good idea in a hypothetical situation, but some people have unrealistic expectations and close it off to their friends.
This free update for Nintendo Switch Sports dunks its way onto Nintendo Switch this summer.
I'll be dunking whenever I decide to get a Switch. I don't know what the hell this is, but it already has my attention. Seems like there's something going on over here with this character. Something that involves a lot of electricity. I'm unsure whether or not this character is a robot. Okay, well, it is a robot. So what's the whole connection here? Alright, so the character is levitating. I guess at this point the character is capable to be controlled. I really don't know what the hell is going on. What the hell is that? Oh, what a surprise. Another side-scrolling game with another deep story that other people might be intrigued by. I don't know much about the story because it's not telling me as much as I should know, but from what I can see, this might be a great challenge for people like me. I like the idea of developers being creative with the side-scrolling format, but I can tell you now there might be some genuine frustration with some of these puzzles, traps, and boss fights. I would have liked to know more about the story, but I guess that's all there is to it. I'm still intrigued.
Leap into a new update for Disney Illusion Island. Monarch's greatest detective is solving a mystery, and only Mickey and friends can help. In the brand new adventure, Mystery and Monarch, uncover hints and evidence scattered throughout the world. Then use the dashboard to crack each case. What big secret lies at the end? Start sleuthing because this free update launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
I didn't have time to say shit about that. Well, anyway, I don't have the game, but that's great there's an update. Oh look, it's Hello Kitty!
Island adventures await.
Well, I wouldn't know about that because I've never experienced any of the Hello Kitty adventures.
Customize your character.
Are you kidding me? There's only 4 slots.
Then befriend Hello Kitty, Kuromi, and other familiar faces in this open world adventure.
They're just acquaintances.
Team up with your new pals to solve mysteries and restore Friendship Island when Hello Kitty Island Adventure launches as a timed console exclusive on the Nintendo Switch system next year.
Who in the fuck is waiting that long for this game? It's Lola!
Let's get loony in this wacky sports game.
Just like the 90s version.
Play as Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, and more across 4 arcade-style sports. Unleash the full power of Acme across iconic levels in up to 4-player local co-op. But watch out for falling anvils. Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports crashes onto Nintendo Switch this fall.
What's up, Doug?
That's all, folks.
Let's see game on!
The visuals look like shit, but the game also looks fun.
Emergency meeting.
Fuck!
New crewmate and imposter roles are being added to Among Us.
Fuck!
Alert others when eliminated as a noisemaker. Plant tracking devices on others as a tracker. Or turn invisible while taking out players as a phantom. Suss things out when this free update for Among Us sneaks onto Nintendo Switch later today.
I'm glad this goddamn game is free. I would have never paid for this shit.
This is Felicidad, a realm of monsters.
Digimon?
Those who command and raise them are called Farmagia and play a vital role in the land's civilization.
Digimon!
10. A Farmagia must rise up against the oppressive Magus to stop his vicious reign of the underworld.
It's Digimon!
Raise monsters and lead them into the fight against the Magus' army.
It's still Digimon!
Plant seeds, then cultivate and harvest them to make your buddies come to life.
I can still compare this to Digimon!
They can then be trained for battle. Give commands to your monsters and exploit enemy weaknesses in action-packed combat.
I saw this in Monster Hunter!
Merge all of the battle buddies in your party to call forth a giant fusion summon and wreak havoc on your foes.
I'm still gonna be making Digimon comparisons. I can't help it.
Join the rebellion to stop the Magus in Farmagia, launching on Nintendo Switch November 1st.
What the fuck? That's Donkey Kong! I thought Nintendo stopped giving a fuck about this series a long time ago!
Donkey Kong Country Returns, originally released on the Wii system, is barreling onto Nintendo Switch in HD.
Finally!
The villainous Tiki-Tak tribe has hypnotized the local wildlife and stolen Donkey Kong's precious banana horde.
Except in the original story, King K. Cool was responsible for stealing all the bananas.
Obstacles in the way? Just stomp them,
Or throw barrels as in the original.
pound them,
Or just throw a fuckload of barrels at them.
and roll on through.
Or roll in a barrel!
Each level is filled with hijinks, but they're no match for these top bananas
Collecting bananas are difficult.
from Manic Minecart
I always fucking hated those stages. They were always annoying and difficult.
to high-flying rocket barrel
I don't recall ever playing this part in the original version of the story.
and even hitching a ride on Rambi.
Yeah, until this motherfucker crashes.
There are plenty of transportation methods available.
Until you crash into shit.
Pass a Joy-Con controller to a buddy for 2-player local co-op.
Well, I'm totally fucked because I don't have anybody to play with.
80 appealing levels are in store.
Shit!
Including the additional levels from the Nintendo 3DS version.
Unfortunately, at this time, I don't have a Nintendo Switch to accept this challenge.
Donkey Kong Country Returns HD swings onto the Nintendo Switch system January 16th.
Yeah, we'll see if I get a Switch by then.
One of Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong's jungle escapades returns in HD.
Yeah, I could see that, but I didn't play it before.
Plenty of wild actions and antics are in store with these Kongs.
They have for decades.
Next, please take a look at this.
I'm not going to make any assumptions because I've never seen any other game on here before. At least the ones that I haven't been introduced to yet. I don't know what this is, so I'm not going to take any guesses. All I am going to say is it's probably a highly anticipated game. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but it looks very similar to how the 2D remakes were for Final Fantasy. Or, you know, something close to that. It does look like something that many people would be playing closest to that. What is this that I'm seeing? Okay, Dragon Quest. Never played them.
Journey with allies to face the Archfiend
As with many JRPGs,
on an epic adventure.
once again, as many other JRPGs with similar plots.
Memorable encounter.
As Final Fantasy, Legend of the Dragoon, and many more.
Perplexing challenges.
Seriously, I can continue this shit with more comparisons.
And formidable monsters await.
They're only intimidating until your characters are completely leveled up.
An iconic RPG remade in HD 2D.
Well, this is great news for me because if I ever hypothetically get a Nintendo Nintendo Switch, I could finally experience these games in full.
Forge your own path.
Well, that entirely depends on the amount of choices and outcomes there are. Otherwise, what's the point? I want to be able to do things my way, any creative way.
The legacy begins.
The legacy will finally begin when I finally get a goddamn Nintendo Switch, and then I can finally decide if I can finally get these games. But we'll see.
Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake.
That sounds very fucking complicated.
Coming to Nintendo Switch, November 14th.
And by the time this is released, I still don't have a Nintendo Switch, so we'll see what happens far into the future. Huh? Excuse me? What? There's more? What the hell is this? What's happening now? Wait, are they adding another remake onto this that I don't know about? Well, I guess that explains a lot. Okay, more of the same. And still, I don't know when I'll get a Nintendo Switch, but that'd be a great time.
任天堂ダイレクトをご覧の皆様、こんにちは、堀井裕二です。
Hi, this is the first time I've seen you.
ドラゴンクエスト3の映像いかがでしたか？
It was okay.
ようやく発売日を発表できて僕も嬉しく思います。そして今日サプライズで発表したドラゴンクエスト 1&2 も 8D2D で蘇ることが決定しました。
Well, that's a bold move.
時系列としては3が物語の始めるとなっており、3、1、2の順番でプレイしてもらうとあっと驚く展開が待っています。
Well, that's great for me.
ロト3部作となる3と 1&2 どちらもぜひ楽しんでもらえたら嬉しいです。
If I get them.
どうも堀井裕二でした。
I appreciate the announcement, but I still gotta get a Switch first.
Thank you, Mr. Hori.
I'm surprised he even showed up anyway.
We hope you're excited to play the entire Erdrick trilogy, now in HD 2D.
I have to get a goddamn Nintendo Switch first.
Let's continue with more headlines.
Oh, sure, let's do that.
Say hello to
A shark?
Jaws?
Jaws?
Wait.
The fuck?
He-Man?
He-Man?
Great Scott! Is that Marty McFly?
It seems so.
The world of Funko is coming to life in this action-adventure mashup for the ages.
What?
Play with more than 60 characters
60?
as you explore locations based on over 20 iconic movies, TV shows, and more.
That's a lot of fucking licensing.
Use special skills and crafted gadgets to explore epic worlds, each with their own unique puzzles, hidden areas, and familiar foes. Dinosaurs from Jurassic World and Cylons from Battlestar Galactica. They're certainly not toying around. Unbox the universe when Funko Fusion pops onto Nintendo Switch September 13th.
I gotta get a Switch. What is this? Luigi's Mansion?
Ready for an adventure of ghoulish proportions?
I was fucking joking!
Summon your courage and explore multiple mansions.
How the fuck does Luigi have more than one?
Filled with goofy ghosts,
Ghosts are only supposed to be intimidating.
tricky traps,
Luigi is cheating.
and other supernatural shenanigans.
That's the whole point.
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD launches on Nintendo Switch June 27th.
That's great.
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
I still gotta play the first one though.
Meet the quirky little Dempa Man. Find him, catch him, and lead him on a joyful RPG adventure.
So it's not Pinkman. Okay.
Explore dungeons and battle monsters.
Well, now this is gonna be really interesting.
Customize all sorts of outfits.
That'll be fun.
Decorate your island however you'd like.
How big?
And more.
It'll be Venturous.
Plus, up to 4 players in local co-op can team up to catch special Dempa Man.
I can't do that.
The new Dempa Man is free to play and launches as a timed exclusive on Nintendo Switch July 22nd.
I don't have a Nintendo Switch or anybody that I know personally to join. But okay. Alright, what's this?
Strategize away in this tower defense installment of the Metal Slug series.
Oh, another one. Okay.
Take control of your forces and pulverize enemy strongholds.
This is a special party game.
Choose from over 300 units with different abilities.
How many abilities?
And build out your decks to win tactical tussles.
But I want to know how strong the enemies are.
You can also slug it out with other players in online battle.
Assuming they accept me.
Metal Slug Attack Reloaded storms onto the Nintendo Switch system later today.
I'll get this if I get a Nintendo Switch. And it's free to play.
Embark on an expedition of the damned in this eagerly awaited sequel to the gothic roguelike RPG.
Interesting.
Board your stagecoach and set off across a decaying landscape to prevent an apocalypse.
Did it not happen?
Fight off nightmarish fiends in turn-based combat.
That's not one of my favorite styles of playing.
And upgrade your abilities after each deadly run.
I focus on farming.
Darkest Dungeon 2 launches on Nintendo Switch July 15th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
I don't need it on there. It'll be on PC.
Play Link's classic 16-bit adventure and team up online to explore randomized dungeons in The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past 4 Sword.
If Nintendo didn't shut down the goddamn eShop, I would have already had this!
Experience the remake of Samus's first adventure in Metroid Zero Mission.
Alternatively, they could have already had this in the Nintendo 3DS eShop!
Plus, coming to the new Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch Online Mature 17 Plus collection of games.
What fucking reason? You're acting like people can't fucking read ratings!
Brave the dangerous lost land to stop the campaigner's nefarious schemes in Turok Dinosaur Hunter.
It should have already been on the Switch natively!
And
what? What could possibly be next? I have to know! The hell is this? Oh, fuck off!
infiltrate a corporation to end their alien conspiracy in Perfect Dark, now with online multiplayer.
It should have already been on the Switch natively!
All 4 games will be available for Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members later today.
Fuck that! I'm not subscribing. Also, Perfect Dark is on Xbox. I've got about 2 copies.
This is Verona, a young woman with the ability to communicate with phantoms.
That sounds unpleasant and scary.
I will take all of this girl.
Join her on a journey to save her friend Ash.
So it's not the one from Pokemon, right? Where in the fuck is he?
In this new installment in the Phantom Brave series.
Well, I've never played any of those games, so all of the context that's leading up to this point is fucking lost.
Take on tactical turn-based battles.
Shit! Not this again!
Where you'll combine the phantoms you befriended with objects in various ways.
I sincerely hope it doesn't get too complicated and boring for me.
Combine phantoms with certain objects to maneuver them.
I seriously need more context about how this works because this looks like it's going to be a lot of work.
Combine with a cannon to attack a large area.
I feel like I would have rather do this in third person.
A fan to blow enemies around.
Where are they going to be blown? Out of bounds?
Or combine with Verona herself for show-stopping abilities that can turn the tide of battle.
It looks like the only tide they're turning is a runway.
Phantom Brave, the Lost Hero, launches on Nintendo Switch next year.
Alright, well, not that excited for it, but alright.
7 arcade games featuring Marvel and Capcom characters are fighting their way onto Nintendo Switch as one collection.
That's surprising.
Clash in X-Men vs. Street Fighter.
What a bold crossover.
Duke it out in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, New Age of Heroes.
I'm still shocked it actually happened.
Take down the Kingpin in the beat-em-up side-scroller The Punisher, and more.
What reason does the Punisher have to be in this collection for? It's not a bad game, but still.
Hit up training mode to polish your fighting skills and combos.
I don't need to do that, I'm fine.
Select online mode to challenge rivals around the world.
I don't have a problem with playing with other players, but the issue is some people are very competitive.
Or play co-op in The Punisher.
That's only if anyone accepted me.
You can also cross over to the museum to view artwork or listen to music from each game.
Just like the 30th anniversary collection of Street Fighter.
Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics launches on Nintendo Switch this year.
Nope, it's fine. I'll just get it on PC. Oh shit! Not another Mario game! Of course it's Mario Party!
The latest game in the Mario Party series takes place on an enormous island resort.
No shit!
Get ready to jump into the biggest selection of Mario Party minigames yet in Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Oh, for fuck's sake, just make it free to play!
First, let's see some of the new boards where you'll compete to collect the most stars.
What makes this shit any different than before?
Take the escalators to travel between floors in Rainbow Galleria. Use in-game coins to get a star at half price when they're on flash sale, but act fast.
You don't have much time in party games.
Ride around and stay on track in Roll'em Raceway.
This ruined friendships.
With the new Turbo Dice Side, you can move up to 40 spaces with a lucky roll. Here on Goomba Lagoon, the ebb and flow of the tide can change your path, and things really get mixed up when the volcano blows its top.
It's gotta erupt inevitably.
Along with 5 new game boards, 2 boards from previous Mario Party games make their return.
I still haven't played them yet.
Some mini-games are action-packed challenges, speed trials, a battle of wits, and more. And some are controlled by gently shaking or tilting your Joy-Con controllers.
Only if there's no fucking drifting.
With over 110 mini-games, there's a wide variety to enjoy.
But they'll still cause domestic violence.
Also, up to 20 players can go head-to-head online in the Coupathlon mode.
Holy shit, again.
Compete against your rivals and aim for first place.
This fucking multiplayer again.
Try your best to come out on top.
That's only going to be possible if I manage to have an advantage. And a Nintendo Switch.
Wait, there are even more new modes?
No shit!
The biggest Mario Party yet will soon be underway when the Super Mario Party Jamboree game launches on the Nintendo Switch system October 17th.
Just make the goddamn game free to play! It only makes sense!
That was the latest installment in the Mario Party series, Super Mario Party Jamboree. With new boards, minigames, 20-player online gameplay, and more, get ready for the biggest Mario Party in series history.
But is this better?
And now, please take a look at this.
Alright, so if this isn't related to Mario, this has to be Zelda. Yep, it's Zelda. I recognize it by the shield. But the question is, what type of Zelda game am I looking at? Because there's so many of them. Is this a remake, a remaster, or something entirely original? If we could say that there's anything original in the Zelda franchise anymore, seeing that there's so many goddamn installments. Alright, so what in the hell is happening in this fight? Apparently Link is defeating another boss to save Zelda, as if that hasn't already happened so many other goddamn times. But now it's time to figure out what- Oh, hey, what the hell? That never happened before. What's happening? Hey, that's not what you do with the main protagonist. What the hell is happening? Why is it switching to her? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Are you telling me that we play as Zelda now? We play as the princess. That's like switching over to Princess Peach in Super Mario. The fuck is going on? So I'm assuming that this is the newest Zelda game starring Zelda. All right then. I guess this is also not going to be the traditional experience.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series.
Good to know. I've never seen you before, but I'm aware that there's a lot of people involved.
What you just saw was the latest installment, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom.
Or Link's disappearance.
This time around, Link has vanished.
For what?
Now, it's up to Princess Zelda to step into the protagonist role.
Seriously? Why now?
You might be thinking, will Zelda fight with a sword then?
She needs to use something!
Here, we wanted to create a new gameplay style that breaks conventions seen in past Legend of Zelda games with a top-down perspective.
Why? What's the problem with it?
To explain more, please take a look at this video.
Yes, please explain, because it worked for the other games. I'm unsure how in the hell it'd make a difference here.
Stolen away.
Stolen protagonist!
Across the vast lands of Hyrule, strange rifts have appeared and have taken many people, including Link.
Why him?
Now alone, Zelda meets the fairy Tri.
That's not subtle!
Receives a mysterious staff called the Tri-Rod and sets off on a journey across Hyrule to save her kingdom.
Why in the fuck couldn't she do this before?
By waving the Tri-Rod at a table she found, Zelda learned how to create an imitation of it called an echo. Once you learn an echo of something, you can recreate it whenever you'd like. Even if there's a wall blocking your path, you can create echoes of tables to get a leg up.
What about herself?
Just like that.
But what about cloning herself?
You can create wooden boxes,
To climb?
old beds,
To sleep?
and unusual things like water blocks.
They dissolve!
How you use them separately or together is entirely up to you.
But what about ladders?
Learn and create echoes of things you find while exploring Hyrule.
How much is everything, though?
You might be surprised at what you discover.
Yeah, hopefully a hidden place to find Link! That shouldn't be too difficult because he needs to be found!
Even battles will look different.
How?
You could pick up and throw a rock echo.
How the fuck is Zelda picking up a large rock?
That's not all, though.
What else?
You can also create echoes of monsters.
What?
After doing so, they'll fight by your side.
Did this mean every monster in the game?
Monsters have different abilities, so choose the one you want to create based on the situation.
It's a big situation!
Wisdom is key, after all.
If that's the fucking case, then please explain to me why in the hell Link is being sidelined for this. There's literally no reason for Zelda to be taking the forefront for this. There's no reason for Zelda having to go on this long adventure using this echo technique just to get through this whole fucking community to figure out whatever the hell this is that seems to be of high urgency.
The fate of the kingdom is now in Zelda's hands.
You had a whole fucking franchise and now suddenly she's a protagonist?
How was that?
It was fucking weird!
I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of the Echo ability, which channels Princess Zelda's wisdom. There are a lot of echoes in this game. To be honest, I haven't counted them all yet.
I'm not shocked there's so many of them!
How you solve puzzles and battle enemies will change depending on the echoes used.
Is that so?
In short, we've created a game where each player's experience will be different.
Okay, what about the story?
The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom launches September 26th.
Why the fuck is Link back there?
A Nintendo Switch Lite system inspired by the Legend of Zelda series will also be available at launch.
I don't need it.
We hope you're looking forward to playing as Zelda in this new adventure.
I'm not that excited about it.
Now, I'd like to return this moment I'd stolen away back to Mr. Takahashi.
Yeah, just like how Zelda stole Link's role in this game.
Thank you, Mr. Aonuma. Please look forward to the newest entry in the Legend of Zelda series.
Alright, so obviously this is Just Dance. They wouldn't be promoting this otherwise if there wasn't a damn good reason for them to do it. So clearly this is going to be the new version of Just Dance. And I want to say something before I continue. Just because I don't have Just Dance doesn't mean I haven't already played it. I did play this on the Apple TV, and it's still one of the most frustrating experiences I've ever had, because you're literally matching up all of your moves with the character moves on screen, and you have to do it while in motion while you're being captured. Added to the fact that this shit is too expensive. There's no reason for anybody to have to pay through a goddamn subscription to play the entire experience. All of this shit being free to play is not enough. It should have everything being free, because most of this shit gets replaced all the time, or never being available to anybody after a while. This would be one of the most difficult games for me to let's play on Twitch, because for whatever reason, regardless if the music is licensed, you risk DMCA, so fuck all that. But in due time, we'll see what happens.
It's the world of Horizon
Shit.
in Lego form.
Again?
Join machine hunter Aloy on a quest to save the world from an ancient evil.
Wow!
Journey through lush landscapes.
Wow!
Dive deep into the cauldron.
Wow!
Climb up onto tall necks and traverse other locations inspired by the original game. But be careful, swarms of machines are lurking everywhere.
These are fragile Lego pieces!
Use an array of gadgets like blast boots and gravity bombs to hunt them down.
Or just kick them over!
From the nimble watchers to mighty sawtooths. You might even come across the fearsome Thunderjaw. As you progress, you can help Aloy rebuild her home.
Before that shit gets knocked down!
Customize her appearance with lots of outfits.
With her original face?
Oh, and you don't have to explore this vast wilderness alone. Team up with familiar faces from the world of Horizon in 2-player local or online co-op.
Holy shit, all this talk about co-op and multiplayer!
Lego Horizon Adventures launches on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Nope, it's fine. I'll get this on PC. Maybe. What in the hell is this? Oh, right. The game about the cats. I already recognized it as Stray because there's no other game that I've seen so far that's been about cats that are like this, except for that. And no, I don't have Stray yet. Maybe someday on PC.
Experience a decaying cyber city through the eyes of a cat separated from their family and friends. Explore alongside a drone known as B-12 to find your way home.
I would have already helped the cat if I already had the game.
Carefully climb to the highest heights. Create new paths for yourself.
Also try not to fall!
And stealthily squeeze into tight spaces. Think like a cat to make your way through the city.
It's mostly brainstorming, but hopefully it's not too difficult for me.
Careful though, not everyone is excited to have you slinking around, including hordes of hostile creatures ready to swarm. Keep exploring to venture into more areas of this unfamiliar world and make your way back to safety.
This unfamiliar world is Japan.
Stray finds its way onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
I'll just get the PC port because that's the only one I'll need.
If you've ever wanted to live like a hobbit from The Lord of the Rings,
I have it!
Now, a leisurely existence nestled away in an idyllic, quiet corner of Middle-earth can be yours.
At what cost?
Customize your appearance, decorate your home, and settle into life in the Shire.
Alone, right?
As a newcomer to the little haven of Bywater, you'll befriend your neighbors, work together to solve problems,
what?
And even share a meal.
What?
Or 3.
Why?
Explore, garden, fish, forage, and cook.
For myself!
The best way to build a hobbit community is by hosting a dinner party with your homemade dishes.
Why would I do that?
Plus, you can trade with your neighbors for unique decorations or special ingredients for even tastier meals.
For myself, right?
Friendly hobbits and familiar faces await your arrival when Tales of the Shire launches on the Nintendo Switch system this holiday.
This isn't a highly anticipated game, but surely enough it might be interesting.
2 Ace Attorney spin-off games, including a sequel that was previously unreleased outside of Japan, are coming to Nintendo Switch as one collection.
I actually need the whole franchise.
As the prolific prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, take the case out of the courtroom and investigate crime scene.
Well, that helps.
Gather information by interviewing people and inspecting evidence.
All of the evidence?
Then use the power of logic to solve challenging cases.
So we don't need the courtroom then.
Enjoy all new hand-drawn character visuals from the original series character designer, or swap to the original sprites for a more classic look. Take a break from your investigation to explore the gallery, where you'll find character art, music, including orchestral arrangements, and more.
More content is good.
Past and present collide as you uncover the truth at any cost.
What kind of cost are you talking about? Lives?
Ace Attorney Investigations Collection launches on Nintendo Switch September 6th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
I'll just get the collection on PC.
昨日と変わらない普通の一日いつもの街いつもの光景毎日それが続く
Well, shit, this took a goddamn dark turn fast.
なんだよこれ何なんだよ
Yeah, that's what the hell I'm thinking. What the hell am I looking at? What are these things? Shit, they just fell. I hope they're okay. Right, of course the protagonist survives.
After a devastating attack by unknown assailants, Takumi Samino's life gets turned upside down.
I don't think it's just him.
A mysterious school mascot suddenly appears.
That looks like Elegant Casper.
While Takumi manages to get out of harm's way, he's then forced to enroll at the Last Defense Academy along with 15 other students.
Well, that's a very interesting school to go to.
みんなでこの学園を守るんだ
Their mission is to defend the school from hostile student enemies for 100 days.
100 days? You're out of your fucking mind!
An academy shrouded in secrecy.
I'm entitled to those fucking secrets!
And the unavoidable loss of allies.
That's bullshit!
Can Takumi survive this 100-day trial colored by extreme and despair and return to his normal life?
Hopefully!
The creators of Danganronpa present the 100-line Last Defense Academy, launching on Nintendo Switch early next year.
That sounds challenging as fuck.
A full remake of Romancing Saga 2 is marching on to Nintendo Switch.
Well, unfortunately, this won't mean anything to me because I haven't played the first installment yet.
Rule and expand the Empire of Beren across multiple generations while challenging the legendary 7 heroes who have turned to darkness.
Sounds like the alternative timeline to Dragon Ball Z where the evil Saiyans head to Earth.
In combat, use returning Saga features like glimmers to learn skills and formations to enhance abilities. Turn-based battles have also evolved into timeline battles, where the action order is key.
Yes, just like Final Fantasy.
Innovative features like United Attack can also help with strategy. How will you expand your empire? And in which order will you fight the 7 heroes?
The strongest ones.
Every decision you make will dramatically alter the course of the story.
I'm really curious about all of the outcomes now.
Safeguard your empire's future and protect your legacy from peril. Otherwise, the vengeful 7 heroes may emerge victorious.
The only way that'll happen is if I get a Switch and this game someday.
Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the 7 launches on Nintendo Switch October 24th.
Too bad I don't have a Switch right now. Oh, you're back.
We hope you're excited to experience the full remake of Romancing Saga 2.
If I get a Switch someday.
That's almost everything for today's Nintendo Direct.
Well, what else is there left?
Next will be our last announcement. Please take a look.
Hopefully they saved the best for last. Whatever it is. Alright, what's this next trailer? It already starts with science fiction text. It couldn't get any more obvious than that by showing you this. I wonder what it is though. I don't recognize it. Alright, I see a ship, and the ship, huh? Okay, so this is another Metroid game. Well, I haven't played the other Metroid games, but I can tell you right now that Metroid Dread wasn't the right way to go. It just rehashed previous ideas that were already done in 3D. And there were other Metroid games that already did it better. But from what I can see, this is exactly the Metroid game that we needed to have. It's about time Nintendo decided to finally continue the Metroid series after that last installment. And I'm not talking about Metroid Dread. I'm talking about a mainline entry. Hopefully this is Metroid 4, because this was long overdue. But unfortunately, as I've mentioned before, I haven't experienced the previous Metroid entries even though I'm familiar with the series, and I would have already had them on previous Nintendo consoles such as the Wii and the 3DS, but those bastards shut down the eShop for those. So I'm forced to use the Switch at some point. Hopefully I'm able to use them natively instead of using the goddamn Nintendo Online service. But as this stands without any previous experiences, I still believe that this is an entry that I'm interested to play. Hopefully eventually. So that way I can get deeper into the story without having to lose all context. Hopefully this one actually pays off and means something. Okay, what's this? There's more? Alright, so Samus is in a forest. Alright, so I guess this is one of the stages. 2025. We'll see if I get a Nintendo Switch by then. Maybe this will be one out of the many games that I get first.
That was a first look at Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
It's about fucking time.
After a very long time.
Very long.
We are finally able to share more information about this title.
That's great.
Release is planned for 2025.
Hopefully it's not delayed.
So please wait a little bit longer.
I hope so.
We hope you're looking forward to Samus Aran's new adventure.
I'm patient. I'm also looking forward to playing the other games.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct.
Alrighty then.
Thank you for watching.
And thank you for sharing. Alright, it's time for my final thoughts about this presentation, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. There are certain things about this Nintendo Direct that did interest me, but also I've seen the same mistakes that Nintendo has been making with certain franchises such as Super Mario and Zelda. For starters, I don't understand why they think they can't make fucking Mario Party free-to-play, because they should make it free-to-play at this point. There's one too many entries, and it's about time they decided to switch their service, so that way everybody can play without having to overpay, if you get what I'm saying. Add it to the fact that they can add as much content as humanly possible, so they wouldn't have to worry about wasting valuable resources. And now that brings me over to Zelda. I don't understand what took them so long to make Zelda the actual main protagonist when it's been Link the entire time. I know that this is a very controversial thing to say, but I don't believe that Zelda needs to be the main protagonist right now. This has nothing to do with sexism or misogyny. It's the fact that they've waited way too long to do this. I think it would have been very interesting if it were already the other way around, because the title, The Legend of Zelda, would be more emphasized. But instead, we're following an entirely different protagonist that essentially is trying to save somebody that is the damsel in distress and supporting character, which on the surface isn't immediately a bad idea, but I do believe that it's very interesting how they've waited so long to do this, and I don't think that the gameplay for this particular Zelda game is anything innovative. I think this current Zelda game already looks too similar to one of the 3DS games called A Link Between Worlds, and for those that have played it, you know what I'm talking about, because otherwise you're not going to realize that the comparisons are so blatant, which on the surface doesn't seem like a bad idea if they're trying to keep the tradition, but again, are they seriously trying to use this as a way to further innovate the series? Because it's not as creative as they're trying to make it out to be. And I think that some of the ideas here with the echoes and so on are quite questionable, because it brings a lot of things into questioning about how she's able to use her abilities, and why she can't use certain weapons like Link. But that's another topic. But that also brings me to the other things in this discussion regarding the other content. I've already made it clear that I'm not a fan of Nintendo Online. I am never going to be supportive of that service because it's very exploitive. I don't understand why in the hell Nintendo can't have native ports available on their platform. I don't want to stream or rent anything. I want to buy. I want to have everything permanently in my accounts, so that way I don't have to buy them again. I don't just want to have physical copies. I want digitized copies available to me, as with anybody else would want, so that way they don't have to worry about things being gone forever, especially limited in stock. They should utilize this properly, so that way they don't have to worry about people complaining as much. And another reason why I don't like this service especially is because sometimes you have to worry about numerous technical issues, or the game's just not working at all, or looking and playing significantly worse. I completely understand that they want to expand their horizons for profit, but this is not the way, and I'm never going to be supportive of it even if I use a trial. On the other hand, I do appreciate the fact that there are other games being ported over to the console. They should continue expanding the library the same way that they did on the Wii platform, because that was one of the most definitive ways to obtain all of these games. But unfortunately, they've changed one too many details and made it significantly more difficult, and I don't like that. I liked it better when they gave us everything in a full library completely organized, but now it's disorganized. And they gotta rehash what they did before, but trying to make it look even more impressive. I feel that what Nintendo really needs to do is seek native ports. They need to have them remastered the proper way and allow them to be experienced by everybody. We should be able to have the entire Nintendo library without any technical issues or having to resort to another service such as Nintendo Switch Online. I do not believe that a flawed subscription service is going to enhance the experience for everyone, including myself, if I ever get a Nintendo Switch console. It's just wasting valuable resources. Speaking of the Switch console, I also think that Nintendo needs to address some other issues that I've made jokes about before, such as the drifting issue with their controllers. I don't understand how or why, but this still hasn't been completely resolved. And that's why more people, including myself, would prefer traditional controllers if they can't get this goddamn motion control shit actually under control. They shouldn't be selling an expensive console if these fucking controllers are already flawed. Out the box, they should not be fucking fragile. It defeats the purpose of paying for it. Sony also has this issue, but holy shit, they shouldn't be unintentionally following their footsteps. I could go on with many things that I could say about Nintendo, but I would rather not spend the entire time trying to roast their company, because there are still certain things about Nintendo that I do admire, even though they have made many mistakes throughout their history. But that's another topic. On that note, as I've mentioned throughout this whole presentation, I am interested in getting a Nintendo Switch console, even though I've contemplated it many times. I'm unsure when I'll get it, but if I ever do, hopefully by that time I'll have an entire library of games that I could finally experience and share to the world. But until that happens, if that ever happens, and when that happens, including the next Nintendo Direct presentation, this was the Venturous Gamer, and I hope you've enjoyed your Venturous experience. Nintendo, it's not that difficult! Just make an entirely new game!